What is certain is that this seemingly unexplainable mass hysteria continues to spread throughout the heartland, with injuries reported to be in the thousands.
What is going on there, guys? This is ATC, and today I'm bringing you another Black Ops 2 commentary, and today we're going to be talking about school life. And in school life I'm going to be covering a couple of different topics, and I'd like to start it off with probably one of the most important things that run through people's minds when they're actually at school. Now, when you live in England, you finish school when you're 16 years old, and I know that's not the case in America and Canada and some other places where you may finish when you're 18, when you're 17, etc. But over here in England you finish when you're 16. Some of the people that listen to my videos or watch my videos, they may be older than me. I know that some of them are older than me, and some of them are actually younger than me. For the people that are younger than me, I'd like to give a couple of tips on school life. Like I say, one of the most important things of school life to most kids is being cool. Now, when I was at school, I wasn't one of the cool kids, nor was I one of the unpopular kids. I was one of them in-between kids. When I say in-between, I mean I used to speak to the unpopular kids in class, and I used to speak to the cool kids. If I ever saw a cool kid around, I'd be okay with them, and I never got any trouble from them, and I never got any trouble from anybody else. And then you'd always get the kids who try to be cool. These kids always seem to come off as the arseholes, you know, because they're trying to be cool, and they're trying to make other people feel uncool, which ultimately will make themselves feel cooler. And one of the main tips I can give on this is don't try to be cool, because no matter how cool you are in school, after school you're going to be a nobody. I'm 18 years old, as most of you will probably know. When I was in school, you got the kids who were the cool kids and there was dicks. You know, you always get the dicks in school. And the reason that people are like this is because they've got nothing else going for them. And what you've got to remember is behind every bully there's a story. Bullies make people feel inadequate and they make people feel smaller than them, so they're not getting any of the trouble. And a lot of them kids who are bullies go home to a broken home. And I know that a broken home's not an excuse. You know, I came from a broken home. That's going to impact your life, but it didn't. You know, I'm still the same guy. In all honesty, I'm a nice guy. You know, I've never been mean to people. You know, I've never been a douchebag at all. So it's not really reason to blame it on a broken home. You know, I haven't had the easiest life, nor have I had the hardest life. And what I always remember is, no matter how hard your life is, there's always going to be somebody else with a hard life. So when the bullies are bullying you and they're trying to pick on you, you've just got to remember that they're going back to somewhere that may not be a fraction of as pleasant as the home that you're going back to. I'm going to get back onto the topic anyways, and that's being cool. The tip that I could give is don't try to be cool. Like I say, I finished school 2 years ago, and all the kids that were the cool and the dicks and stuff at school who were just pissed around and, you know, didn't exactly want to do anything with their life. All these kids, they're nothing now. You know, you don't hear anything from them. You see them on Facebook and they've got like 10 friends, you know, they don't have a job. Nobody likes them, because once you finish school and you go to college, like I say, in England you start college when you're 16, 17 years old, and then when you go to college it's a chance to start a whole new thing. And obviously going into college you're going to be the youngest of the litter. Like everybody else in the college is going to be older than you, so they're not going to have the chance to be cool in college. Now, a lot of the kids I went to school with that got bullied and were the really unpopular kids and nobody ever spoke to them, they're the popular kids now, because they tried and they kept trying and they just stayed who they was, and eventually people saw who they was inside and that there was actually really nice people. And now they're the sort of people who are popular and everybody likes them. You know, they get all the girls, they're really good looking, and the girls that are ungood looking and got picked on for being ungood looking, and they kept trying and they kept trying and they didn't get any attention from males, and then they kept trying, and now a lot of them are very, very beautiful girls. And that's why I kept myself in the in-between, because I spoke to everybody, I was friends with everybody. You know, I didn't have any trouble with anybody, and it seemed to work out for me. Like now, I'm just me, I've got friends, I still speak to quite a lot of people, and life is going great for me at the moment. I've got a job, I've got a car, I go to college and I'm studying a diploma in fabrication and welding, and it's all going swimmingly for me. And then you get all the kids at school that didn't try and they didn't want to be anything, and now they're not. And a lot of the girls that were really good looking at school and was just like, you know, throwing themselves at everybody, getting pregnant and stuff, they stopped trying because they knew that they didn't have to try. And now they just, you know, you wouldn't even look twice at them, you'd look once and you'd turn your head and you just carry on with your day. And that's the way it goes. So the tip that I can give you is just don't try to be cool, don't try and be that person that you're not. Just be yourself and it will eventually come to you. I'm going to get on to doing well at school, and I didn't do particularly well at school. I didn't do well at all. In England we get GCSEs and I got all D's, which is considered bad because C is a pass. So I failed all of my GCSEs. I took it upon myself to go to a night class and I did my maths again, and I ended up getting an equivalent of a B in maths, and then I did my English again and I got a B in that, and then I got myself into college, and now I'm I've been doing engineering, I've been doing motor vehicles and stuff for the past couple of years, so I've got a lot of experience under my belt with hands-on work. And once I finish this welding course, and I'm going to go and I'm going to try and get a full-time welding job. Now, doing well at school, I can tell you that it is really good to do well at school, but don't let them fool you to believe that you have to do well to be able to get a good job and be successful. Because a lot of the people that I know that did really well at school, they still can't get a job. You know, they're struggling to find anything to make ends meet with their life. Because where I live at the moment has been classed as the hardest place to get a job in England. And I'm really lucky I managed to get myself a job. It's not the best job in the world. I don't enjoy doing it. But it pays for my car and it pays for my hobbies. And it pays just for everything that I need it to be until I manage to finish this college course, get a decent job. So just don't be led to believe that you have to do well at school to do well in the rest of your life. Because there's always another chance. You can always retake your exams, you can always go to extra classes, extra curriculum classes to get your grades back up there, and it's not the end of everything if you don't do well in your GCSEs. And I'm not too sure what they call them over in other countries, but we call them the GCSEs. Like I say, I didn't do well, but I'm doing really well for myself now. So that's basically it for the end of this commentary, guys. I didn't want to drag it on too long, because I didn't want it to seem quite boring. And I took a bit more chilling approach to this one. I didn't sound so hyped up, and I just tried to get a nice little commentary out there. So I hope you've enjoyed watching this video, guys. It's been a pleasure as always, and I shall be seeing you all soon.